Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So this video is going to be a bit of a shoot and run or run and gun type video. I'm actually in the car. I'm out and about. At the moment, I'm down in Portsmouth. So I wanted to do this video because I've had a lot of questions about Etoro and copy trading. And some of the common questions that I've had are essentially around, how do I know that I'm picking the right person? Is it something that I would do myself? And I think generally just confidence around what might happen. Now, whilst this isn't something that I would typically do myself because I'd rather have control over it, if you're a first-time investor, it can be a good way to get into the markets, trading, and using the expertise of somebody else. So what I thought I'd do in this video is put my own money on the line, and basically copy someone on Etoro. I'm going to show you how it works, how I've selected the person that I'm going to be copy trading, all of that good stuff. But I'm essentially going to put £1,000 in. And over the next 6 months to 12 months, we will see how this goes. I'll give maybe a quarterly or monthly update. I don't know. It depends how we go. But yeah, so let's get to it. So if you've not watched any of the other Etoro videos where I talk about copy trading, it might be worthwhile you going to check out those videos, because I'm not going to go over some of the detail that I did in those videos right now. What I'm going to be doing here, though, is I'm going to be taking you onto my Etoro account, and I will basically show you who I've chosen. I'm going to give you a brief overview of why I've chosen them, and maybe some things for you to watch out for. But like I say all the time in these videos, just because I'm doing something doesn't mean that you should go and copy exactly the same thing. You have to remember your capital is at risk. And even though you are copying someone, yes, you're relying on their expertise, but you can still lose money. So that's the risk that you take. So please just don't go and copy what I'm doing here. Make sure that you're doing your own research. Go and watch those other videos, because they will really, really help you in understanding how to identify the right person to copy for you. Now, I think the first thing to address is, how am I going to select the person to copy trade? So for me, what I'm aiming to do is to pick someone who is of a certain status. I will cover this in this video, but there's more detail on the previous video. Now, with Etoro, all of their copy traders have a star rating. So what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for someone who's preferably going to be either in the elite or the elite pro category. And what that essentially means, when you go onto the Etoro website right here, it's either a green star or a black star. So this is what I'm looking for. I don't want to use anybody who is not either an elite or an elite pro copy trader. The reason for that is because Etoro are bringing in standards where these people will have to be, they will have to have qualifications to ensure that they are obviously capable of doing what they're doing, trading your money, or at least trading money that you're copying their strategy. So that's really, really important. The last time I did that, the other video, it wasn't enforced. So I don't know whether it's enforced just yet, but that is something they are actually bringing in for a little bit of consumer protection. So I'm looking for someone who's either elite or elite pro. And you can see here on the screen what the educational requirements are. So investment management qualification for an elite, and for an elite pro, you need an advanced investment management qualification. Now, with that being said, let's now jump into my portfolio right here. I've already identified, if you're going to copy people right here, I'm going to go for a gentleman called Miyoshi. And I'm just going to go view all here, because here's this gentleman right here. Now, he is, let me just reference back to this, he is an elite trader, because as you can see right here, he has a green star next to his name. Now, I think one of the important things to remember when you're trying to pick your traders, guys, is just don't go and look at their numbers. So obviously his year return is 98.29%. That's obviously very, very attractive. It's not just about the number of the return. It is more about the profile that he provides in Etoro for you to understand whether he is a match for you, and also his risk element. So I think Etoro score out of 7, he is a 5, as you can see here on the screen. So let's just click on here very, very quickly. And here on the feed, you've got some information here. Obviously, he's providing some commentary, so on and so forth. So you can always read these bits and pieces, and I would encourage you that you do actually read that. Now, I've shrunk my screen here, but you do have a profile. What I'll do is I'll pop a screenshot of his profile where he describes what kind of investor he is, what he tends to do, his views, and the kind of person that should be copying him. With him, you need to be investing $500 as a minimum. He says invest what you feel comfortable with, but really he is the investor where you should really be looking at a year plus if you're going to copy him. That's very, very important. Interestingly enough, if you see, and again, this is going to be on a screenshot because I can't show it to you live on the screen right now because my screen is minimized. His risk score is a little bit less than what we noticed before, which was a 5. I think he is a 4 here. So, important things to have a look at. Let's have a look at some of his stats. So these are his stats at the moment. 2021, let's have a look. So 2021, January 2.6. He's had a really good June, 7.67%. And he's had a 0.78% so far in July. You're always going to have swings of an amount. So it will be very, very rare for you to get a trader that's going to have, high green bars consistently. You're always going to have some reds. He's had 1 red out of the 7 months that we've got record of so far this year. So this is Moshi's portfolio right here. Now, this is an important factor for me because I do want to know where he's actually investing. So when you look at this, he's got Amazon, he's got Corsair Gaming, he's got JD.com, he's got AMD, he's got quite a lot, Twitter, Disney, Apple. He's got some strong companies in there, some fundamental companies. He's got quite a lot of tech, PayPal, Facebook. He's got Lockheed Martin. He's got Peloton on here. He's got a little bit of crypto as well within Bitcoin, which obviously is down at this point in time. He's got some Coinbase, which he will be down on, clearly, because Coinbase has performed pretty poorly. Then he's got Tesla, TSM. TSM is a good company, to be fair. I'm surprised that they're down right now, but these are the markets for you. Google, MU, Micron Technology, NVIDIA. So the portfolio I like because I like a lot of those companies. When I did the challenge with Stake, the Trader v Trader challenge, I had Micron Technology, NVIDIA, and all those companies that were part of my research for my portfolio. So the fact that he's got some of these, I actually really, really like. So for me, I like the fact that he's got quite a diverse portfolio. Yes, a lot of them are in the tech sector, and that is a risk in terms of concentration risk within a specific sector, but I'm okay with that for the purpose of this experiment. Again, this is just an experiment at this point in time. If I was to build a portfolio, I'll probably have it a little bit more diverse myself, but the purpose of this is just to show you how this essentially works so that you can hopefully take something from this if you do want to copy trade yourself as well. And by the way, if you are not using Etoro and you do want to go on and do this, you can use the link that I'll post in the comment section as well, just to get yourself started. So the next thing to do is to basically copy him. And what you need to do here is basically just click on copy. And once this thing has stopped thinking, it will then give us a few things that we actually need to complete. So this is a copy trade authorization. Do have a read through these because it's important stuff. Make sure that you understand what it is that you're going into. I mean, these are there to protect more than anything else Etoro, and to protect you as well, to make sure that you understand what you're doing. You're not making a rash decision of any kind. You have to remember your capital is at risk. Yes, you are essentially relying on the skills of somebody else, but you can still lose money. This isn't easy, and it doesn't become easier for you to access the market just because you're copying someone. You have to be able to square off that psychologically. So I'm going to go continue here and accept all of their terms. And what I'm going to do is, what am I going to do? I am going to put $1,000 in. Let's get rid of that 7. What's going on here? Right. The cursors aren't working. So $1,000. If I then go copy, so I can see my total allocated cash now is $1,350. I've still got $1,544, which I actually need to allocate because it's been sitting there doing nothing. I've used Etoro to do a little bit of day trading when Bitcoin and Ethereum were doing really, really well. And for my own sins, the money's kind of just been sat there for the time being. I've just left it aside, waiting to go into the market. But I thought this will be a really nice experiment for you. So I know now that I've got this within my investment portfolio. There's $1,000 attributed to this person that I am now copy trading. And what I'll do is I will give you guys an update on this, maybe on a monthly or at least on a quarterly basis, to see where we are. But guys, it is Friday. I hope you have an amazing weekend, whatever it is that you're doing. The weather at the moment has held up, so I'm thankful for that. Hopefully it continues through the weekend. If you've not listened to the podcast, make sure you go and listen to it right there. But remember, money is a tool, life is for living. I will catch you next week.